Sure,
in the picture.
Of course.
I like the idea.
Okay, we are live.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Jamal,
I'm Joel.
and we're going to barf up everything from TESOL 2015.
The small little piece of the pie that we've seen in the last couple of days, which I think is a way of.
Yes, that's true. I mean, somebody could always say, you two didn't see anything. Or you saw just this really small bit. But then that can't be an argument against it because nobody can see everything.
No, but I would also say, though, that you seem to have some skills at being able to read the abstract of the.
Maybe.
And being able to kind of cut. But for me, I felt like I made relatively good choices. And yes, my interest is predominantly in the critical pedagogy side right now. And so since it's relatively, I wouldn't say new to me, but implementing it in a consistent manner is new to me.
Right. So there's issue number one is implementing it. So people who are listening, one of the things that Joel teaches at, well, I don't need to, you go ahead and introduce yourself. 1 second. I'll be right back.
I was kind of curious to see how you were going to.
Okay.
Yes. It's way more interesting to see how other people introduce you, because I can do the same for you.
I teach at the ALC FES, and I was one of 2 presenters at the Mechanis conference who we were both sent here in Toronto to just attend TESOL 2015. So that's a little about me.
I actually submitted a proposal that was that was rejected.
Okay.
And I when you were talking about the bells and whistles of it, I definitely don't think it was just way too straightforward. Maybe, but I feel like I can write a good, compelling abstract, but I have no idea what they're looking for, really. And since no one...
You have no idea what they're looking for? They don't say things like, these are the type of preferred lectures and things like that?
I don't recall. I just remember it's sort of, here are the parameters of submitting a proposal, the hoops you have to jump through. But we need more. We have it now. We've got a giant book. We've got a searchable PDF. All we have to do is run it through vocab grabber. Fake proposal.
Well, that's what I
something that's totally artificial,
yes.
Like the way that the guy did with the cultural studies community and made this fake paper, and it got published, and he used it as a way to ridicule the community as a way of not really having being so immersed in their own language that they had no idea how to determine whether something was authentic or not, and he completely fooled them, and they were really. And so you could do the same with the TESOL course as well. Is design. I mean, I think I know the buzzwords I could use, but my presentation is, I'm not anti-PowerPoint.
Let's do it right now. Here we go.
Yeah, sure. I'm not anti-PowerPoint, but...
As part of this program, we are going to create a proposal. See, this is great, actually, because if we can make a proposal just based on the frequency with which certain words are used, then the proposals themselves will become bunk, which is great. The proposals should be bunk. The proposal should be no longer the way that people have their proposals accepted. Yeah. Because I think what everyone should have to do is submit a minute or 2 minutes worth of what the presentation and how, and maybe the whole presentation, and just the highlights of the presentation in a minute.
Because you need to see, how it's going to be implemented, how engaging they are. What is this content something that is indeed new? I guess maybe that's tough to determine because people are coming there from all professional interests. Concerns are totally different. Their experience as a teacher. So I'm already thinking of word streams. So maximize student output.
Oh, you think that's gonna
throw that in there? Yeah. Let's see what else.
Sure.
Activities you can take to your classes.
This is going to be really bad. And you're right. I think we should go ahead and create about 6 or 7 proposals, get them all accepted based on this. And there'll be nothing. It's nothing but a cybernetic brain just kind of reorganizing all of the buzzwords that get proposals accepted. Make the thing itself, or animal husbandry and L2.
Would there be some mechanism for actually like some sort of way of critically analyzing, or finding out really the way that the committee evaluates is that stuff even?
Here we go. We don't need it. We have this now. We can guess how they evaluate things because, just from this. Let's look at the words that just keep popping up. Again and again. This is over 252 pages of the TESOL program.
The success of North Star, can it? See, like these, anytime I see anything that's directly from a textbook person, I just like, it's going to be an advertisement for why you should use their book. And that just sullies, and there might even be good ideas in there, but my reaction to that is just, I've been so many times oh, and by the way, that's another book of mine you should really have, it becomes that. And it doesn't, I know that that's why they need to sell that stuff, but it just becomes this, it always feels like you've got 2 objectives really. And you don't like the, well, for example, Cambridge, if they were going to do something on the enduring impact of the interchange books, you wouldn't want to hear that. I wouldn't mind hearing them justifying the use of their books. Well, that would I think would be altogether different than. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I think most of my students would be interested in knowing why they have to keep getting the interchange books because they don't really like them.
No, and the CASA's used them for 12 years, but wouldn't it be great? A workshop on teacher notes that you could actually use. Because I've never. I don't know. Have you ever, as a teacher, have you ever actually looked through the teacher notes and thought, this could work as is? I could just. This would work with my class. Whereas if you even look at them at all, you might get an idea or 2 and then spin it. But that was where the whole lesson plan project started. For me, was we're supposed to be teachers, but it's like the people that wrote the book have no idea how you can best exploit it. Isn't that weird?
Huh. Well, is that true though? David Amster told me that he talked to Jack Richards about the interchange books or the passages books, and what he said was you can't use these in isolation. You shouldn't be using these things in isolation.
What is he suggesting?
He's saying that like the book it's giving you suggestions on a line to follow with your class. So yes, the grammar and the vocabulary is there, but I think he's assuming that you are using authentic material to supplement class. You aren't just saying like, okay, let's open up to page 152 and do this. Good job and go home.
No, but but why not have something that's a little bit further along then? Why so much? Is the joy for people just the lesson planning process and the execution? I like that part of it. I am intrigued by it. I find it's the creative side of teaching in a way, and trying to find something that you think will work for them. But
okay, so USA.
What?
USA. If we include that too.
That's the most.
Okay, well, we're not 100% sure yet.
371 occurrences. Okay.
371 occurrences.
I was wondering about.
So USA.
Thursday is the fourth word.
Yeah, that one gets them. That Thursday is the one that works. And look, it doesn't occur as much as Friday. Okay, that's because it only went so far. The vocab grammar only worked so far. Let's see, I need to do that again just for the presentation.
I think I could take
student, English, teacher, content. Now, some of the words here for familiarity, for example, you'll see, okay, context of use. There we go. How about that one? Looks good.
Yeah.
right?
And then
Context of use.
academic session.
Department of State. Could that be an attractive one? Now, understand.
Or is that
here,
Director of Studies? Is that DOS?
Academic session. Sociolinguistics.
Speech Act.
Phonological. We can do this. We've got it.
Fossilized.
We have the key. We're on to you. Okay. Well, we'll look at this in a little bit. Let's we need to order some food and talk. So, we're hungry people. So let's do this. I wonder if he has a phone, or I should just Skype. But why don't you talk a little bit about what you learned? And I'm gonna, while I'm getting phones and things, I'm gonna challenge you a bit.
Okay.
Describe one lecture that you attended today. That one that you were sitting in didn't seem that great.
When you showed up?
Yeah, the very friendly, the affable
Brazilian guy?
Yes.
Yeah. There were sometimes I guess part of what keeps me interested in ESL teaching is that my memory is really bad, and I read things and they excite me and I try them out in the classroom, and then either they become stale or I forget about them and I'm thinking about something else, and I can only keep maybe 8 to 12 things in my head at one time. And so a lot of these conferences and watching teachers for me is about remembering. It's usually things that a couple things, either something that I used to do and maybe didn't do that well and forgot about, and then I see someone execute it perfectly.
Okay.
And then I go, okay, cool. So it's
what was that? What did he do today?
Well, okay, so there was one. There was the one part about when he was talking. He had a lot of Jeremy Harmer in there, but there was a lot about task design and what to think about when you're designing.
What is task design?
Well, maybe that's not what he was talking about, but it was what to think about when you were designing, when you were adapting authentic materials, what you needed to think about. And I don't have the PowerPoint slide ahead of me, but the thing that.
Hi, very good. Sorry, I'm impaired and terrible. Wake up from last night. Ça va? Parlez français? Français? Un petit peu? Hi, ça va?
Ça va?
Sorry,
So
really, I'm terrible.
No.
I just need to have ice cream right now.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
Good?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
She's from Morocco.
Montreal.
She Morocco.
Yeah, my dad is from Rabat.
Okay.
Rabat, of course, right?
Should I stop this for now? And then we'll
Her
come
father's from Morocco.
Yeah, it's Moroccan. And my mom, she's Quebecois from Montreal.
Okay. So you speak French, but not Arabic.
But when I was young, I forgot.
Yeah.
Now
But it's in
French.
But it's in there. When you hear it, you just feel like
Yeah,
it's.
well, my blood is Arabic. Don't I have Arabic blood. Yeah, I have American blood. You know?
Yes.
So I'm just like, very expressive and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And people notice that probably.
Oh, so you're an English teacher, right?
I
I
suppose.
love English. I would love to teach English one day. If I could be bilingual one day, I would love to. It's so fun. And I love French, and I was really good at French. I'm very good at French. So did you have a good day last night? I was a little bit worried about you.
Were you? Because I was worried about me too.
Me?
I was worried about myself.
I was worried about you a little bit at the end.
You were thinking maybe I was out being kidnapped by crazy TESOL
Maybe.
English teachers.
Well, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I was like, oh, the kids is better. I was like, that's super cool. But I was sure you were like kind of okay.
Yes, it was just a teacher's on its.
Well, now I see you, and you're very strong, and I'm sure you're okay. I didn't know that, you know.
I don't think that actually, Joel, for the Google Hangouts, I don't think there is a pause.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
I'm Joel.
Joel?
Yeah. Joel.
Joel.
nom de fille.
Are you a teacher also a teacher?
Yes, but I am in Casablanca.
You what?
Casablanca is so.
Oh, I like Fez. I like that too.
So I've been.
Fez, you know Benjamin Fez? It's in one of the beautiful books called TESOL. And also, Georges Perec books talk about the things that call the shows. It's about Fez. It's amazing.
I think that what was his book? The one where the guy went around and painted the scenes and then turned them into puzzles and then destroyed them and. That's the only George.
That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Georges Perec
It was like his last
book-
life act was to go around the world.
What I'm talking about, it's called the show, so the team do like object.
Yeah.
The couple, like the life about material world, and they were